We haven't earned those privileges yet.
On the highest level.
Ladies, gentlemen, fans, friends and family at home, welcome to the Women's English Super League here at St George's Park. We're at round 2 today and we have a clash of giants from last season, Bedford Mighty Eagles against the East Anglia Valkyries. We've just kicked off and Eagles currently have 3 balls in possession. Releasing a single but not connecting.
And there's a good counter by the Valkyries one against England player England and GB player Emmy Sharp. A very good 2-ball attack, utilising that kind of one with a player at 2 holding.
Yeah, good return from Kat though. Yeah, if you are just joining us, the Men's League 1 did finish this earlier with the first of the women's games of Nottingham Sheriffs against Stafford Raptors being played at the end of that stream. Apologies for that. But today, joining me in the commentary box is John Wilkie, and I'm Alex Such. And
hello.
We will be your host for this and the next game, I believe.
Almost an amazing catch, but hit just before.
Yeah, head ref Sam Mason calling her out for that.
Hit just before it was secured. So there, the catch does not count because unfortunately the player did not have the ball secure in her hands before she hit. Bit of confusion there in the middle by the Valkyries. Very good single there from Sarah Town on Kat Koenig. Charlotte Josiah pinging the toes.
Yeah, nice little shot there.
Now the Valkyries with 3 balls and 2 players. Oh, and a lovely off-target shot. No look by Sarah Town.
There's a few roster changes compared to last season for these 2 teams. Mighty Eagles,
And a catch by Charlotte Josiah to end the set.
But yeah, sorry, so a couple roster changes. So Mighty Eagles have gained international powerhouses Abby Gower and Alice Bonsignori, who played for England at the Euros just this summer.
And a rising star in Abby Davis as well from Virtue Empire.
Very true. So, seeing as they already won the league last season, they've strengthened their team even more. Whereas the Valkyries are missing common starter from last season, Charlie Day, and they have gained a new player who just went to the outbox in Daisy Bruce.
Daisy was previously playing for White Tigers, I believe.
Yeah.
That's a transfer that's happened since the last meet.
Yeah. It's nice to see her back in the Super League. She's a very young player, so it's great to see such young players in the Super League getting the amazing development.
Yeah, of course. And a great exchange there for the Valkyries, taking out Alice Ponsonbury, leaving it 4-5 against the Bedford Mighty Eagles. Players just slowed down a bit. The Mighty Eagles are coming forwards with a 3-ball attack.
Yeah, they're not rushing anything, taking their time, getting the hit on Cap there with a 2-ball release.
A nice little delay there just to secure the hit. When you're throwing 2 balls, you really want to be confirming those hits. A nice off-centre throw by Sarah Town and a post throw that just went in between the 2 Mighty Eagles. Oh, a very good running counter for the Valkyries, taking out Abby Gower.
Great cover as well, though, from number 98. 99? Is that 98? Bloody hell.
Wow, a lovely dodge. You can see the Valkyries are picking their chances. A safe single there on Emmy Sharp. Definitely trying to take their chances like they did against Abby and capitalising on any mistakes that Mighty Eagles will make.
Good block there. Valkyries in possession of 4. Choosing to only throw 1 there, though. And she is called out for invalid, yeah. That ball falling a little short, I'm afraid. Nice little dodge there from Sarah to stay alive.
I think that was a good single to make because Sarah may have been distracted by the ball coming in.
Yeah, it would have been a nice little free hit, I guess. Valkyries choosing to set with the 2 balls, though, and a great catch.
Great take. Bringing back in Daisy, who pulled out for a line fault off the rush.
We are now even at 3 apiece.
Very aggressive counter by Emmy Sharp and Liv Morris, with Emmy converting the hit.
Yeah, Emmy Sharp regaining the 1-player advantage there for the Mighty Eagles. As Charlotte does head to the outbox, bringing us back to 2 apiece.
See what the Valkyries can do here with the 2-ball attack.
Good hold there. Will they release at Emmy or release at Liv? They go Emmy, but no hit.
Good dodge by Emmy, and it's a draw at the end of that set. I think that was very well played from Valkyries.
Yeah.
I think with the dominance that Bedford Mighty Eagles have shown in the first 2 games and last season, with how quality they are across the board, it looks like Valkyries are just slowly waiting until they've made some mistakes and then capitalising on them, which I think is a great thing.
Yeah, 100%.
No quick start off the rush. Oh, and a bit of a delay from Alex. Shots exchanged, but no hits.
Oh. Mighty Eagles giving Valkyries 4 balls there. A little bit of probably an error in communication there.
You can see that the Eagles definitely are trying to take their chances when they can. I think they back themselves a lot.
Yeah.
So when they see those little opportunities to take the hits, they're doing them. And sometimes they pay off, and sometimes you see there they don't. But the 4-ball attack was not converted. There's a hit there from Mighty Eagles and a catch potentially. No. Thought Charlotte Desire was claiming one. And another 4-ball. Oh, 2 hits.
That's a really unfortunate deflection there, but it does happen in the game.
Yeah.
Mighty Eagles now in a very strong position. 3 players up. Only 1 minute into this set. Now with only 2 players remaining. But they do have 1 minute 50. That's loads of time. They can slow it down, maybe look for a catch. Claw their way back into this set.
Oh.
Unfortunately, Alex is unable to let the catch.
Cat just wasn't looking. I think that set went a bit quicker than Valkyries would have wanted it. They just caught napping a couple of times. And Bedford are, with all their experience, just took those little slots when they could.
Yeah, I think at the moment, Bedford Mighty Eagles looking very composed on court. Taking their time, not really rushing things, going for trades, taking them out, but getting the return hit.
Oh, and a
Great catch from Sarah.
And Alice. Lovely bit of camaraderie on court there. Alice just backing up to make Sarah doesn't fall off the back of court. You know about the back of court, would you, Alex?
I don't know what you're talking about. I always make sure I stay well within the lines.
Abby Gower there punished for the aggressive play with the one ball against the four. Doesn't quite convert the hit. And then getting hit out on the backtrack. A lovely standing counter there. Get out, Liv Morris. Valkyries are up in this set.
Nice little block there from in the middle.
See the confidence kind of Emmy's playing with us. Doesn't matter if you have a ball or not, she's still trying to convert those hits.
It often seems as well that Valkyries aren't really wanting to set for the three balls. They're often just throwing that third ball, choosing to set with the two, maybe going for the counter, thinking maybe that's their strong suit, easier chance to get hits.
Yeah, so just to update you about why the refs have been called in, I think it was a 2-ball counter, running counter on Alice Bonsignori, and she went low. Bedford have made a catch from it, and I think Valkyries are disagreeing with it for whatever reason, but catch has been called. Or catch has been called because Abby Gower is back in now. And now it's 4 apiece.
I'm definitely going to have to look at setting up these wireless microphones, putting them on the referees, so when these little, ref timeouts happen, we can actually hear what they're saying and debating.
Speaking of Imi attacking the ball holder, great shot there, and the player just blocks it into herself.
Nice lateral dodge from Sarah there.
Valkyries almost got away with getting that ball back on the left-hand side. Now they come for. They did. They got a ball back from somewhere. A lovely dodge by Abby Gower.
Great jump there.
See time and time again on the international stage. They're coming for free. I think they might be just taking this a bit slower, a single up ball just to take the pace out of the game and control their one-player advantage. You think that Mighty Eagles would back themselves in this situation with the quality they've got on court?
Some very loud cheers from Court 1 there in our other Women's Super League fixture. Currently Bedford Rangers playing against Manchester Queen Bees. The Rangers player making a huge catch at the end of the set, I think, to get maybe the draw, or no, the win. That game is currently standing at 4-4.
It's also, you can't quite see it here, but on court 1, lovely to see the support that both women's teams have. Loads of the Bees are watching their women play. All of that ruckus is coming from the Rangers men who are watching their women play. And there we go. Bedford Mighty Eagles clinically just take the win, using that one-player advantage.
Yeah, recognising how long's left in the set. They know they don't need to throw, don't need to try and, give away the chance of a catch. They just go up slow, use the time, and then take that one-player advantage to win the set.
So Valkyries are no longer sending a player. A great dodge and essentially a block, but the player is still the left-hand side. Oh, an amazing block by Kat Bernie.
Looks like there's just shy of 4 minutes left remaining in this half, so chance for at least 2 more sets. Score currently at 7-1. I'm sure Valkyries wanting to pick up at least 2 points in these last 2 sets. Try and go into the second half with a bit more morale, I guess.
Yeah, of course. It looks like Mighty Eagles are taking a set, kind of a post play now. Oh, lovely hit and no catch.
Great catch, but unfortunately Kat already hit out there.
Yeah. But a great post throw on Abby Gower, making teams even.
Well left from Daisy there. As she's dodging to laterally there, she looks for the catch but decides to leave at last second.
This kind of experience you see from the better catchers in the game is, it doesn't matter how well you can catch, you need to learn what ball you should be going for.
Yeah, it's that target acquisition really. And it's all just about experience and of knowing which ones to go for at which time.
Yeah. Especially in this women's game where catching is so prevalent, because they're all such good quality catchers. And great free throw, hitting the player out. And now, Bedford Mighty Eagles are up by 1 player again. Yeah, so it looks like they are using their experience and their quality just to slow the game down once they've made a player lead.
And with their 1 player lead, there is currently 1 minute left in the set. Plenty of time for Valkyries to still get hit, but I can imagine soon they'll be looking to put the gas on a little bit.
2-ball attack, and it is a catch. It is being called
Liv Morris heading to the outbox.
Time's been paused. So the question here is whether or not it was a hit and a catch and a block, all about surrounding, because that was a 2-ball attack. It was a very good 2-ball attack because we only heard 1 sound. That's one of the kind of notifiers how good an attack is. To see what they call.
Whilst this is happening, I would like to remind everyone watching at home to subscribe to the channel. And if you hit that bell icon next to the subscribe button, you'll be turning on notifications, and then you'll be notified of whenever we go live or British Dodgeball releases any new videos.
That was called as a catch and out. Also click that like button for the stream. Increases engagement. The lovely 2-ball attack on Charlotte's Desire there. Nice
throw from Alice there. Really selling that she was going to be throwing towards that right wing of Valkyries, but puts it across to the middle and takes the hit.
Just going with that 1 ball on the counter. It's unfortunate there.
Alice a bit frustrated with herself there.
She got herself in a brilliant position to make that block and just focused on, I think, the wrong ball. She focused on the lower ball and got hit as she made the movement from the other side of court. Interesting idea from the Mighty Eagles. Sure, I'd like to figure out what the kind of
yeah, that was
sense behind that one. Having the 2 players with balls in the hand.
This is a final 1 minute set.
Unless they were both going to drop and catch. Yeah, Alex said, final 1 minute set. Score is 7-3 to Bedford Mighty Eagles. Oh, and a great take from the Valkyries player, giving them a 1-player advantage early into this 1 minute set.
Great little dodge from Abby there.
And a great catch off Sarah Town. 2 players now to Valkyries. Bounce there on Abby Gower.
Yeah, Valkyries don't want to risk giving away a catch here. Keep their advantage. Currently 2 players up. About 25 seconds remaining.
And they make a hit with the 2-ball attack. Just quite can't convert that running counter. They still have player advantage. I think there's about 15 seconds left.
Yep, 15 seconds now.
And a 2-ball
Mighty Eagles do release 2 and they get the hit.
They get a revenge. And a lovely dodge as she drops low. And the spinning on another one. And the set goes to Valkyries.
Wow, what a way to end the half.
What some amazing dodging from the number 14 there on Valkyries, keeping herself alive. Yes, went low the first time, dodged it, went low the second time and still managed to get it.
Some amazing duels and trades there towards the end, and then even better dodging to win the set. That's going to be huge for their morale and momentum going into that second half. Score now only 7-5.
So that deficit has been reduced. I think it was 3 sets at one point.
It was 7-1.
7-1 at one point, and the deficit has just been reduced to only a set, which is all to play for going into the second half.
And we are off for the second half. Eagles setting with 3 balls. Oh! And just dropping the catch. And then great movement from Alice Montagnori in the middle there. Dodging nice and high, getting over the balls. The score currently at 7-5 in favour of the Mighty Eagles. We'll see if either of the teams have a change in strategy or if they're going to stick with what they know and try and push through. Nice aggressive throw there from the left wing. A good block there from Alex.
It looks like Bedford Mighty Eagles are still utilising that cross-court. Oh, great catch from Liv Morris there. Utilising that cross-court with their middle player holding. Something we saw England do quite a lot in the Euros. I know there's been kind of in previous commentary sessions talking about the cross-courts being a Euros thing, but definitely something England have been doing is having that middle thrower hold. And it just adds an angle that the ball holders aren't necessarily looking at, and it does implement that cross court. Can be quite, as we can see, can be quite effective at all levels of the game.
Daisy looking for a catch there. She knows that her side is at a massive disadvantage.
One of those spots where you really do want to go for a catch. She chose the target well, it just went across her body. It's a bit unfortunate. Last Valkyries player left in. It's a full complement of Mighty Eagles. And they convert that running counter. Something Abby Gower is so good at because she is rapid up court.
The Eagles taking the first set of the second half, taking their lead to 9-5 now. Oh, yeah.
Abby Gower getting that middle ball. Derritown not being able to convert the hit. Interesting to see that Mighty Eagles have gone with the same 6 that they've played throughout the team. Same with Valkyries actually. I think they have this. I want to say McMaster. Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Yeah, Lisa McMaster.
McMaster, yeah, not coming off the bench yet. The same with the Mighty Eagles with 3 substitutes still on. Abby Davis, Jade Williams, another player. That was
bounce call there.
Ball that was blocked down into the ground.
Amy also calling a bounce. Yeah, I think maybe if the Mighty Eagles can continue to increase their lead here, we'll probably see some substitutes come later into the second half.
I think it just shows that both teams have faith in the players on court to win the game.
Lovely standing from over there, but really good honesty, taking the hit.
Yeah, both teams have faith almost from the Mustangs. Charlotte's eye left it on her own. Let's see what she can do. She takes a catch.
The hit first? No, they're calling catch and then hit.
Catch and out.
Now Bonsignori in a 1v3. She's going to go for a little bit of a spin there on the throw.
I think Alice might back herself on the counter here, giving them a ball so she can survive an attack here, which she does.
Great dodge.
Beautiful.
Nice
attack.
aggressive throw.
She does have all the balls here. We'll see what she can do. One of the bigger arms in the women's leagues.
The Leicester Mustangs Retrievers fluffing their role a little bit there. Twice the ball bouncing off the wall and going back to Alice.
Very close.
Although she is unable to make use of it and getting hit.
As we were just talking about substitutions, maybe they'll suffer off after this. Same again, we're seeing Valkyries control this. Just letting Alice exert herself for the set.
I mean, she's got another 40 seconds of keeping this up.
And an invalid call.
I like that from Valkyries though. They weren't trying to rush it. They weren't trying to end the set. It's, you know what? We've got 2 players up. Let's tire her out.
Yeah.
We recognise how good of a player she is. Let's try to get her off the court.
I think it's something that's a bit understated in these games. Is that fitness is incredibly important. how fit your players are and how they can play at the same intensity for an entire 30-minute game.
Yeah, if you're even a little bit tired and suddenly your throw goes from, say, 100% power to like 90%, that's the difference between getting caught or not.
Yeah. Bedford Eagles coming. Still throwing a ball. A great punish by Sarah Town.
Yeah, as soon as Kat releases that ball, she was immediately firing there.
Yeah. Something you really want to do as a player, especially a player at one, that winger, is that if winger opposite you releases, you want to release or at least fake them out so that they have that worry that they can't just release for free.
Yeah.
And I think even if you're caught out early on in the set, it's fine. But just the mental game it shows is that that player won't continue doing that, knowing that you will or may punish them later on in the set, later on in the game, sorry.
Oh, amazing dodge from Gower there.
Fabulous.
Great athleticism, jumping over both balls.
Another point of the game, just showing kind of the experience that Bedford Mighty Eagles have, is that as soon as Valkyries have been starting throwing those post throws and those pre-throws, all of their players that aren't holding ball, backing up, they're looking to take those catches if they don't find their target, or get the balls in hand as quick as possible to be able to use it to their advantage. Oh, and a
Great catch and another block.
Very well done.
Loads of cheers still coming from the court one. Bedford Rangers now increasing their lead to 12 points to 4, I believe it is, against Manchester Queen Bees. We're back in court 2. Alex makes another great catch.
Bringing on Pat Kearney. Now with 3 balls and a 2-player deficit.
Yeah, Eagles still up by 2. They won't be worried by that catch. Just less than 30 seconds left in the set now. Valkyrie's got some work to do. 2-ball release.
Great block by Sarah Town. See if they can capitalise.
Oh, what a good catch!
Almost tombstone by Kat Kearney.
Oh, there is a line for Bonsignori there. Yeah, Kat Thomas line ref calling her out.
Block called by all of the refs. And that's gone from a 3-player deficit to a draw. I think Valkyries will be loving
3 players apiece.
Great clutch plays there.
Huge from Valkyries.
We have just received a duck.
I think it's a duck.
Something.
The fluffy duck.
I will show it on stream in a second. Who's joining us in the commentary box. We'll join it if there. We'll show it if there's a timeout. Anyway,
back to the game at hand. Oh, is that toe shot? Yeah, it is.
Great honesty there from Kat.
Great shot from Kat.
And some very Alice being hit out even with the lead.
Yeah, the ending of that last set and the start of this one, quite fiery, to be honest. Some very fast plays and very fast trades.
It feels like these high-intensity moments that Valkyries are kind of forcing, they're coming off in. And I think, yeah, it's really good to see them break up the regimented kind of grinding that Bedford Eagles are exerting themselves onto the game.
You're being distracted by the duck there.
I am getting distracted by the duck, and our operators talking about the duck as well.
Yeah, I do agree. I think this change in pace has very much taken the Eagles by surprise. You know, it's been a relatively slow control game from both sides. You know, Eagles trying to slow it down quite a lot. So all of a sudden, Valkyries picking the pace up. I think it's taken them by surprise, and it's not necessarily sloppy, but they're just not quite awake enough in the second half.
It just happens sometimes when those clutch moments don't go your way, and then a team capitalizes the way that they have, as Valkyries have. Oh, great catch on the backtrack. So those kind of moments we're talking about, that's a clutch moment, bringing it down to a 4-player deficit for Bedford Mighty Eagles.
Nothing wrong on the release there from Gower. It's just an amazing catch.
Yeah. Great dodges.
Valkyries staying alive a lot better in this set.
How they close off the set.
Yeah, if they can close it off and get the win, we'll be looking at a 10-10 game.
The lateral dodging from everyone here is great. Getting out of the channel of those 2 balls.
24 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the game. So we're actually going to be looking at a very close end here.
I think, yeah. Should see Valkyries clean out this set. See out this set. I say that 2 hits on the counter, reducing the deficit to 2 players.
Yeah, and a good dodge from Sarah. She's not done yet. She's wanting the hit, but Daisy going to get the block.
Nice aggressive block there. Putting it back on Bedford Eagles.
Oh, I love that.
It is even now in this set. The commentator's curse.
Well, a lovely attack there. Both wingers releasing at opposite sides of the court, catching the Valkyries off guard.
10 seconds left in the set as per the Mighty Eagles clock, which is the one I can see.
Wow, you have amazing vision.
And time, and it's a draw. Very, very well played there by Imi Sharp and Sarah Town to bring that back. I think that was amazing. Just those kind of unfortunate moments. The block into the other player, the 2 hits that this player's just not paying attention, and a timeout has been called by somebody. We shall get the doc on.
Just go stand at the front. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, you have joined us for the Women's Super League St George's Park, and what looks like the highlight of the day is about to be our commentator John Wilkie with a fluffy duck.
His name's Reggie, by the way, just so everyone knows, aka Reginald.
It's nice to show this. Nice to see the spirit of all the clubs here today. Very high. Everyone having a nice time.
Go ahead.
So as we're in this timeout, we've only 1 set separating the 2 teams in favour of Mighty Eagles. Do you think there's going to be a switch up in tactics, or do you think this timeout was more just to sort of stem any bleeding that might have occurred and allow the players to sort of calm their heads a little?
So there's been no changes on court from either teams. I think Valkyries had a lot more to talk about, considering their team talk was a little longer than the Bedford Mighty Eagles team. I think if Mighty Eagles can steady the ship a bit, get back to that clinical process that they were doing in the first half to really grind out those sets, I think they'll be fine. Oh, great catch! But when moments like that go against you, there's not a lot you can do.
Valkyries pulling out some amazing highlight catches in this game.
Going for the 2-ball attack.
But another great dodge from the winger of
Imi
Mighty
Sharp
Eagles.
Leaping over that.
Yeah, apologies. Gower, Sharp and Bonsignori with some amazing leaping dodges so far in this game.
Great block there from the cross court from Alice Bonsignori. Valkyries come forward with 4 balls.
How many releasing 3?
They release, not converting that.
Oh, I don't think that's supposed to happen. I can see them having a little laugh between them. Sometimes it can get quite loud in this hall at St George's Park.
A cross court. A cross-court free throw on Imi Sharp, and then Charlotte Zai being caught out on that play, leaving Valkyries with 4 balls against 3 of the Mighty Eagles.
Yeah, Valkyries 3 players up now. We're about halfway in the set.
Three balls now for Valkyries.
Another bounce there. They're going for an aggressive double running counter, and they take the hit on Daisy. And
she just
another
makes it
amazing
over.
dodge. Another amazing leap from Bonsignori there.
You can see that, I'd say that maybe Bedford Eagles will be happy with this set taking as long as possible, because they may potentially be a bit more confident with their full complement of players on court. So even if they do lose this set, it's still a draw in the game overall. What they have to do then is just, in the next few draws, it doesn't make a deficit so aggressively.
Ooh.
A great fake from Abby. Abby hit by her own ball, and Alice.
Valkyries taking the set. It was a great fake from Abigail there, drawing out the initial dodge from the Valkyrie, but unfortunately she is hit on the rebound by her own ball. But that is it. We're now at 11 apiece, and it looks like we might be having a 1-minute set here to end the game.
11-11 apiece.
Are we having confirmation from the refs here?
Yes,
yeah, this is definitely going to be a 1-minute set. Sam Mason telling his own referees to please tell how many players are going to be on court at all times throughout the set. So as the final whistle is blown, it's clear which team has more players on court.
Score update. Bedford Rangers beating Manchester Queen Bees 14-6, I believe.
Yeah, both of these Women's Super League fixtures have been amazing ones to watch. Hopefully that game was recorded by someone and we can signpost you to that later on. But right now, Sam Mason starting the 1-minute set.
Abigail
Eagles taking the middle ball.
Middle ball.
But the Eagles choosing not to go for the quick start. They are going to reset with 3. But will they release 1 or 2? Just the 1. You don't want to throw the 2, probably. Oh! And another great dodge. Don't want to release 2 balls at the start of a 1-minute set, giving your team 4 balls, because you're probably going to regret that.
Valkyries left with the 1 ball.
And they do take the hit.
There's a 3-ball attack there from Bedford Eagles. About halfway through the set.
Yeah, only 30 seconds remaining now.
There's only one player difference between the 2 teams.
It's going to come down to the line. And a big hit.
Sarah Town.
Double running counter, and they get the hit back.
And it's a 1-for-1 there.
But
the teams are even.
Only 15 seconds remaining now.
But Valkyries with 4 balls. Charlotte Zaya holding the last
huge
ball.
dodges in the middle. And they're throwing it. They get the hit.
And Alice leaps over the last ball.
5 seconds.
There, and they're up by 3
Amazing game.
Valkyries. You can see what it means to them winning this game. Maybe some people say an upset, but the game was class. Absolutely left and right throughout. Bedford Mighty Eagles losing by in her last 10 seconds to East Anglia Valkyries.
East Anglia Valkyries defeating the reigning champions from last season. What an amazing game. The game ends at 13-11 in favour of Valkyries. Wow.
I think that was a very... I think it showed a showcase of 2 different styles of dodgeball.
Definitely.
Valkyries winning in those chaotic moments where it was just pure mechanics, and Bedford Mighty Eagles having the experience and the tactics of such a well-drilled fight.
Yeah, often seemed like the Eagles were going for more of a sort of dodging and hit approach, which was working in their favour, especially in the first half, but some incredible catches from Valkyries in the second half is going to take the game in their favour, and they will climb up that leaderboard a little bit more. But that is the end of that game, and we will see you shortly for our next fixture, which is Derby Phantoms against London Storm 2.
Hello, welcome back to the Bridge Dodgeball live stream. You're joined here with one of your commentators from the last game, John Wilkie, alongside
Colin Mullen.
We're bringing you London Storm 2s versus Derby Phantom 1s. You have a second.
What a professional intro. I'm not used to that kind of levels.
We'll deteriorate later on.
Start strong, finish weak.
So I think this is Storm 2's first game today, and Derby Phantoms have just come off a draw to Storm 1s. So on paper, you'd think that Derby may take this.
Yeah, definitely.
However, they are playing with 6 players. They're missing some of their best players, but they are missing some players, so they do only have 6.
Experience can make all the difference.
Yeah, exactly. And Storm 2 are fresh in the day, so that could work for them. Might work against them. We'll see. Storm 2 releasing 2 balls there at Derby Phantoms. Derby Phantoms coming forward with 4 balls. Seemed like they were going for 2 different targets there. There might have been a bit of miscommunication. Very loud in this hall, as it is most days.
Good atmosphere. Oh, big double hit.
A double hit there, almost a triple, but obviously our perspective on Kez isn't exactly the best. That's a huge swing from the 1 ball. Great dodge from that cross court. Storm 2's coming forward with 3 balls. Good block by Jen there. Kez only releasing the 1.
You think Storm 2 can capitalise on the fact that Derby are coming away a bit deflated from a draw with Storm 1?
See,
big hit.
See, knowing how Derby have played in the past and the kind of competitive nature of the team, I feel like they're coming here to win. Not deflated, but they'll turn around and go, we believe we can, and they'll come out with a point to prove, I think.
Absolutely, they were in the title race till the very, very end.
Oh, they always are.
Season.
But they've made 2 very good hits. And a free throw there. A block there from Derby with 3 players and 4 balls.
Tamara showing her experience by putting pressure on the Derby.
Great leap there by Sadie, Storm 2's team. Great block here. See the experience from Tamara going for that single ball at ball to kind of slow the set down, use that player advantage that they have. Oh, and a hit there by Jen Allen.
That bowler throw, you just never know where it's going to go.
Oh, she's just blocked into herself.
2-ball throw.
Kez with an aggressive shot at Tamara, not quite making the hit. Kez checking her watch there just before she goes, knowing that they need some hits. And a hit there, and the set goes to Storm 2s.
Absolutely brilliant.
You can see what it means to them. Great control there as well.
I imagine a few of them want to prove a point and that they should be fighting for spots in the first team, I imagine.
Oh, of course. That's the good thing about the amount of Storm teams is so flexible.
Absolutely.
So at least on the men's side of things, 2 of their 2s players are now playing in their 1s because of absences, I think injuries they've got.
Yeah.
Quick start there from Storm 2, not quite converting. High press from their players. Post throw there from the right wing, Storm 2s. Derby coming forward with the 3 balls, not quite making the hit there off the singles.
Good decision to settle for the 3 balls. Are very close to making a hit in the ball.
And a good dodge. Just to get out of the way of that post throw by Kez. Ooh, a great block there by Bree. That ball almost clipping the hands of 2 of the Storm 2's players. Just threading the needle between. Derby coming forward with 3 balls. Post throw getting blocked. A great response by Kez, hitting out Jody on the wing. And another hit as well by Sadie, I think. That 2-ball attack there. Coming forward with 4 balls, they're not quite converting that 2-ball attack.
So crucial to make those hits in the women's game, especially.
Yeah.
With so many fantastic catchers, you need to be on time, on point.
I say that just as they convert a 2-ball attack off a 3-ball on Kez, who goes low, not quite blocking one, just hitting her back. Great press there by Jen.
Fantastic hit there.
Yeah, very, very well.
Not put off by the pressure that Jen was putting on them. Enter to the outbox.
4 balls here. Great dodge. Close to that back line, which hopefully you can now see using the British Dodgeball branded red tape. Oh, a great drop and catch by Bree.
Great court awareness. Great communication from the girls on court as well.
Very well done. Who's in here?
It's a very tight call there. Good honesty from the player.
Look at how this not quite going catch. Look at how the set has swung off that catch. It was very even going forward. And it's just one of those clutch moments that changes. Quite clutch moments a lot today. Quite a few in the last game. Oh, what a great catch off the free throw by Kez Tranter. Leaving Storm 2 player left in on their own. Who you'll see playing for Saints in their regional league, I believe. Her name does escape me. And that's the set. Some classy catching by the Derby ladies.
And the experience the player at the time showing there as well.
Yeah, of course. See the support down. I don't think you can quite see it on stream, but support down here by Phantoms with their women's 2s, their men's 2s, and their men's 1s. Coming forward with the 3rd ball. Substitution. 2 substitutions. From Storm 2.
Kat Baudry coming on, a former B.
And of Imperial fame, making a lovely hit. Selby, one of our operators, playing at the moment. Part of a very strong Imperial women's team this season. Great block there from Bree. Not quite taking the 1-for-1 there that she might have wanted to, as they did both release.
Darby now with 5 balls, you've got to make it count.
See, they're definitely calling it looks like a split call, considering the hand movement from Jen. It was, and there's 2 misses there.
Interesting call, that one, actually.
I guess if you really back your throws, do good 2-ball attacks at different targets. But just in that situation, when you're facing down 5 balls, the players are just going to do a very large, big dodges.
Yeah.
So really, another option is just to throw 3, retain those 2 balls. But I think play ball was called on them. Had to throw.
And to be fair to them, the timing of the 4 balls as well, even though going for 2 different targets, was actually very in sync.
Yeah. A lovely cross court there from that 4-ball attack. On ball, which I love. I just, when you've got 2 players facing down the ball holder and really like selling their fakes, and the other 2 players just some side-on shots is brilliant. Aggressive counter by Storm. Not quite getting the hit, very close. 2-player deficit here and 2 balls. Oh, a lovely shot by Kez. No doubt will be on the her Instagram story at some point.
Dodgeball highlights, watch
yes,
out.
Of course. Play ball has been called. Great block there by Bree. Bit of panic there, I think.
It almost looked like Jen threw over Kez's head there for a second.
Marin, brilliant catch. What a catch there! Reducing the deficit to 1, and what a momentum swing there. Showing her experience playing for Czechia in Euros, the European Championship. And another catch!
Huge!
And she's calling hold, and they just win the set.
Fantastic!
You can see what it means to her. 2 very clutch catches to win that set.
She loved that. As she should. That is a fantastic turn of events there. That's why we love the sport, is for moments like that.
That was it. Everyone, you would have thought that Phantoms would have taken that set, having 5 against 2 players at one point, but bringing out some amazing skills to win that set.
The score is now 4-2 in Storm's favour.
Very aggressive on those counters. I'll be with it. Some great movement there from the Storm ladies. Jen really selling her fade.
Absolutely. She definitely takes advantage of her throw-in technique in that way.
Just getting out of the way of that. Seems the Storm ladies aren't quite being able to convert their 2-ball attacks as much as they want to. Happens. Great single. Say Kez almost didn't really need to go for that.
No.
I think she'll be
I think
kicking herself
she
about
dedicated to that dodge a bit too early. Be able to kind of like set herself for either the catch or just leaving it.
Kez is such a good player that you expect her to really be taking those, regardless if she's moving into it or not.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Seen her do it many a time.
Doesn't quite get the catch the second time around there.
Well, they know she's looking for it, and they're trying to kill the momentum she's getting with those catches as well.
Darby with 4 balls again. And a great low dodge. Ball coming for 3. Releasing 2 and Bree getting under them both. A 4-ball attack from Darby again. Oh! Bush doesn't quite take it. I think she was essentially worried about
Turning her back
the
to the other
revenge
players.
hit, yeah. That ball did come, it wasn't quite on target.
I think she needed to commit to it either
Yeah.
way. I think the hesitation's what put her off.
But Storm did bring it back in the last set. We're not sure how much time's left. Great free throw there. 3 players now. They'll be blocking that.
You're Darby, are you going for the hit to try and go for 3 minutes?
Yeah, and time has just been called there. Player knew it, I think the team had told her. She had to go for it.
I got about 1.5 minutes left of the half.
Even the game up. 4 apiece.
Going to be a very big set.
Yeah.
You think there's anything in particular either side need to try to adapt to more?
I think Storm just need to stop giving Derby 4 balls. At the end of the day, it doesn't really... Derby aren't quite converting as much as I think they'd like to.
Yeah, I'd agree with
But
that.
just giving them that opportunity, really dangerous. Lovely honesty there. So yeah, I think Derby are happy to play the game they're playing because they're being given possession a lot and they're doing very well with it. Yeah, I think Storm just need to back their arms a bit more and, yeah, as I said, because Derby aren't coming back straight away with that 2-ball attack, let's slow it down a bit. Oh, that's a great catch!
Catching out.
A great phrase I've heard as well.
Oh, he's talking about?
2-ball attack's just going a bit wayward, especially when they're throwing a one on Derby's. Nice idea. Derby very in tune with the time left. Just taking
very
it.
smart.
That one player advantage. Slowly. Very good fake there.
Simon doing a very confident walk of the coach. And we are back for the second half. Currently 6-4 in the favour of Derby. You expecting a big second half then from Storm 2 to try and come back?
I think both teams really want to exert themselves at the beginning of this set, considering how the last half went, kind of up and down it when Storm 2 getting the early advantage. I think this is a good opportunity for both teams to really just set their stamp on the rest of the map. Definitely.
One thing I really want to point out that I've seen from Derby that they're really good at is blocking. Like, it's a really underappreciated talent that the girls on the wing for Derby are really, really good at.
So Derby, they're giving away the 4-ball advantage quite quickly in the set, making the hit, and then Jen being hit on the return off the full. I think Bria's a very good example of what you're saying. There's been a couple of times where I thought she was hit by one of the balls, but you could see that, well, obviously by staying on court, but
And the confidence of the refs and the calls.
Sylvie as well, the 11 in the middle now, I think she's a really good blocker. Refed her the last meet, she did really, really well with the ball. Really aggressive coming up, how to defend herself. We're at 5 apiece. Derby just sending the singles there. Oh, lovely skim there from Bree. Just making the hit. Very good block there by Kez. Getting them 4 balls. Derby pulled. Very good job. Congratulating themselves. With a little high five between them.
All retrievers need some love too, you know.
3 balls for Storm 2. Good block there by Jodie. Jodie Woodgate. See her brother playing for Spartans later on this evening. Lovely dodge there.
I never knew that.
Do you know?
No.
She was playing for Wessex last season, and now has moved to London. And very good dodging of those 2-ball attacks. And a great single by Tamara. But a fabulous return by Derby to get the revenge hit. Sadie, I believe.
Percy
just getting out there by the 3-ball attack. And drawing the set. That's great by Storm. Sending those 3 balls and then getting out of the way of the revenge to draw the set.
Amara getting the girls pumped up for Storm 2. They are definitely not out of this game. 1 set in it.
And she's been subbed off.
I feel like every time I try to talk about somebody, they end up getting subbed off from Storm 2.
So it's the commentators. Happens all. Just don't talk about anything that's happening on the call, and it will go fine.
Nobody can blame me then.
Yeah. So it seems the Derby tactic is to go for on the wing. They're sending 2 balls at her quite often. Good pressure there from the Storm 2 ladies to get that ball up court. Re-pressing.
Oh, big hit on Kez.
Big hit. I think maybe wasn't expecting it. Seemed a little sluggish there.
Yeah.
Definitely seen her be a bit more active. But Derby coming for 5 balls. Sending 3 and making the catch. They're calling it a hit first. I would agree there. I think she caught the last ball that was hit by the first. Nice height on that single.
Good fake from Jen. Anything to put off those 2-ball attacks, always worthwhile.
Derby comfortable here with just cruising along like they did in some of the sets in the first half. Great movement by Bree there. And a lovely 2-ball attack on Jodie.
Brilliant counter.
You can see what it means to them when the smiles on Jen and Bree's face after they make those hits.
It's little things like that that get everybody feeling more confident and more comfortable in the team.
Yeah, 100%. It just seems like the women's game is often played in a bit higher spirits than the men's game.
That's an understatement of the year.
Cat Bortry left in on her own. 5 phantoms.
Good block from Cat.
Didn't quite get the return. Now she has 3 balls. That makes them being helpful there as the sim.
Just been told the time, so now she's kind of adjusting her game. Very unlucky.
Great 2-ball attack from Darby to return.
It's the big thing with counters is that even if one of them's off target, it at least cuts off the player you're throwing at.
I think off the comment earlier about if anyone has changed their tactics, it looks like Derby have.
Yeah,
they're definitely playing the aggressive 2-ball counter game a bit. Because it's working, they're getting success. Yeah. And Storm aren't quite punishing as much on the 4-ball attacks as I think they'd like to.
Yeah.
So moving forward, that might be something to look at if it has been identified by the Storm coaches. Their 2-ball attack there on Cat.
It's the backtracking survivability that's really Storm 2. That's even a word. Oh, what a fantastic
fabulous catch. Well, that's out of the air as she jumped. Just fingertips, really.
To readjust herself to make that catch as well. I definitely wouldn't have been able to do it, I can tell you that much.
And very close to that back line. But the line refs doing their jobs quite well. Turning her back to receive. Jen throwing the fake.
Good dodge from Kirsty.
Oh, that's a great shot from Bree. Not quite looking at her, paying more attention to Jen. And that cross court just hitting her on it.
Fantastic dodges there from Storm 2.
Yeah.
They needed more of that earlier on. They're learning from their mistakes, and that's so important.
Yeah, and the women are throwing a bit higher, it seems, in this half as well. Especially on those counters.
Shen hit off of the rebound. Very unlucky. It's almost like she wasn't sure what just happened.
Good block there. I think, once again, Derby in a very commanding position. They'll just grind it out, throw the singles up ball, slow it down so that Storm don't really have the opportunity to make the big catches that they were doing in the first half. I say that they go on a very aggressive running counter and take out a player. I think they're going for maybe a score difference, or it's just their style.
I think after the Storm 1 game, they're just trying to build up confidence in themselves again.
Yeah. But yes, it looks like they are just going for it at this stage. Very happy about that. I think the running counters are working really, really well with Derby.
They've noted the weakness in Storm 2 squad of not being able to survive the backtracks, and have really punished them. That's experience across the teams really showing there.
Yeah, of course. That's 11-5 to Derby Phantom. Some time left in the half. Storm 2 getting the 3 balls. The block there by Kez. Retaining the 3rd ball. Looks like they really do want to play with those 2 balls and get the aggressive hits when they're there. Well, very well done by Jodie there to survive that. Quite off the cuff running counter. There's great communication by Kez and Jen to hit that.
Also brilliant from Tamada to look for that free ball up court to make it 4 balls for Storm 2.
Oh yeah, of course.
If they could have taken advantage of that, they could have tried to pull the game back in. About 5 minutes left of the half. Be a big ask from Storm 2 to try and come back into it.
Only 3 sets.
Yeah, definitely.
If they can get a quick set now.
2 quick sets and they can be back in it.
Yeah. We'll see. Storm coming forward with 3 balls. Trying the cross court. Great dodge there from Tamara. Great free throw there by Jen. But I think this will be play ball on Storm. Don't quite manage to convert the 3-ball attack. There was a free throw by Bree and an attempted revenge, leaving 4 balls with Derby's, the Derby Phantoms.
Brilliant dodge from Tamada there. Survived the 3-ball attack.
It's like she's going low and then just getting lower.
She's also using the ball at just above her head in case it nearly clips her as well.
You missed it as you were looking
no.
away, but another great catch as she dodged it. If you watch it back on the line. Lovely, lovely catch. With 5 balls now, let's see what Derby do. 4 balls and the catch made.
I think she was hit first.
Time has been paused for the first time in the set, in the game, I believe.
I think there was one ball that just clipped her.
It's
So
not the first time in the game, my bad. It happened in the first time. Yes.
So she didn't have control of the ball when hit. So
Yeah.
I don't think the catch will count. But it was still a very good catch though.
It's great to see her looking for those catches off of the multiple ball attacks. Has just been called a hit.
Good job from the referees there, I think.
30 seconds left in this frame.
Fantastic
Great catch by Jodie. Just sending it to a 1-player deficit. See if Storm can do it again.
The timing just a little bit off there.
I think Jen's free throw did a really good really good job there. Sorry, just to
Put off the Storm 2
yeah,
women.
exactly. Quite the free throw that they wanted. And the set goes to Derby, 4-3.
Fantastic way to see out the set. I don't think there's long left. Just over 2 minutes left.
Yeah. So it looks like Sam is saying 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So
Timeout called now.
Yes. So, not sure who called that timeout. Could be Storm. It could be 57.
There is two options there.
Could be Sam just wanting a break as he comes over to us. Could just be that.
What do you think Storm 2 need to learn from this game, take out of it going forward? It's going to be a tough season for them, I reckon.
I think they were going aggressive with some 2-ball attacks quite early on. And I think if they can just rein that in a bit, get those on target and really make the hits,
Yeah.
I think they'll be fine.
There's quality there because they're missing a lot of their second players end up getting promoted to the first team due to absences as well.
Yeah, of
So
course.
considering the squad that they've got, they've played really, really well today against Derby because Derby's a title contention team.
Oh, of course.
And you're looking at the start of the game, the first half, 4-2 were definitely in it,
For sure.
giving them a real run for their money. If they can just start surviving those like big counters on them, I think they can do some really, really tight games against big teams.
Yeah.
All it takes is a few points and you could be out of the relegation zone.
So, for example, with 13-5 on this court, on the other women's Super League court of Leamington Spartans versus London School 1, the score is
14-4 to Spartans?
yeah, 14-4 to Spartans. So the kind of scoreline is not unflattering on a Storm 2, and a great
fantastic
single
catch on Jen.
to Albree, and Mush on the backtrack hits out Jen. And that's probably the reason why they were going for her at the beginning of most of these sets. And a ping on Selby. But whatever was said in that team talk, it's obviously working. Coming forward with 3 balls with a 4th ball off court. Great block there. Kamara maybe not noticing Kez had a ball in front of her.
I think it might have been handed in by the ball retriever because Kez took that quick step back, I think.
4 balls here.
Oh, a brilliant hit.
Not quite the catch like she has been making the rest of these games.
This is the first time we've seen Storm 2 look so aggressive. It's been brilliant.
Oh, for sure. I think, yeah, they just needed to be a bit more.
The accuracy has been really different. They've had the opportunities before, they just haven't taken them like they have this set.
I think they were very much worried of the catching quality
absolutely.
of the Derby ladies.
Any one of the Derby girls can take really good catches. Seen them pluck a few on a thin earth in this game. That's a brilliant
2-ball
shot.
attack.
The timing of that was perfect.
Kez did this.
I'm moving up, this is nothing I can do. What are you going to do about it?
So there is Kez doing the same dodge kind of twice. And a great
that was a near perfect set from Storm 2 there.
If only they could have done that for the rest of the game. And the momentum's definitely with them. I'm surprised they're not scrambling around to get the balls back in the middle. I have a feeling this may be a 1-minute set.
Yes, I believe so, yeah. I think that's why. I think they knew the time.
If Storm can take this and get a 13-9 loss, that's only a 2-set difference. I think they'll be definitely taking that, especially...
Oh, brilliant catch from Kirsty.
Just as we were saying about the catching quality in this Derby team.
I think that's her turning around saying that's the first one she's taken today. That's a very good dodge. Those real low down dodges have been working so well against Derby today.
Oh yeah.
Been really struggling to hit them whenever they're really low.
Storm with the 1-player deficit, throwing all 3. Not making any hits. I think now it's going to be a mad scramble for Storm to make those hits. Maybe somebody in the box should have told them. And that's the game there. Derby taking that final set, winning the game. 15-7, or was it a draw?
Oh, I think it was a draw.
It was a draw in that final set, 14-8. And Storm 2 did a lovely job there. The sets that they won, some of them was some absolute individual brilliance, and then some of it was just really, really good dodgeball.
There's a lot of positives they can take out of that as well.
Derby doing a fantastic job as well at coming up in sets, just controlling those victories.
It is what it is.
Anyway, I'm gonna love you all and leave you, as this is my second game talking.
No, we don't want any more of that now, do we? Thank you very much, and talk to you later. Bye.
Coming up with Stafford against somebody. Nice.
Dodgeball.
More dodgeball. More Women's Super League dodgeball coming up to you right after this.
Okay, welcome back to the English Women's Super League. Our current fixture is Stafford Raptors against Manchester Queen Bees. My name is Alex Such, and joining me in the commentary box today is Tim Day.
Welcome. And yeah, Bees coming off the back of two wins last week, whereas Raptors 2 losses to Spartans and Phantom. So really, it's quite an important match for both teams.
Great catch at the start.
Bees really wanting to actually secure another win here to push their way up toward the top of the table. And Raptors, I believe, chasing their first win. I'm not sure of how they did against Sheriffs earlier today.
Sheriffs took the game. So yeah, they're chasing their first win. And the Queen Bees are trailing off a loss from earlier this afternoon against Bedford Rangers. So I think they'll be looking to end their day on a high by taking this victory against Raptors.
And Retriever there getting targeted a little bit by the looks of things, but none of the refs deciding that wasn't close enough to a player. Obviously, it is a very hard thing to ref, and it's where, from the camera's point of view, it may look worse than what you can see as a ref.
Perspective is very important, and it's usually need the help of like numerous line refs or something to say whether it was actually invalid or not.
Bees really controlling this game incredibly well. Still got 6 players left in, just against 2.
Great hit onto the foot of Victoria there against Bees.
I think she was a bit surprised that the ball actually came towards her. I think she saw the other one come at the ball, and then she sort of switched off slightly and just got hit.
The release from Hannah Dye, I think, distracted her a little bit, and she sort of think, okay, I'm all right now. They're not going to release 2 in this situation, but Raptors going aggressive. They recognised, they were 4 players down. A great catch.
Lovely catch. Those ones are very hard to take as well, because actually that's quite high up on her shoulder, and just managed to get her arm behind it to stop it going past.
Stuck it quite nicely.
And brought it back to 3-0 in very, very quick time. So
Currently there's only 30 seconds remaining in this set. Great dodge from Holly Edmonds in the middle there. And a lovely running counter.
I think that was probably a bit of a bold release on Faye there. I think she saw an opportunity to get a hit, and
high risk.
A block there just means that she's going to get punished.
Great catch from Zoe Wells though.
I think
the second ball, hit her on the leg there. She went down.
But still managing to even up the game just before the end. So really well done there. Of course, Zoe is part of the commentary team, so shout out to her in particular. If anyone else is interested in getting involved, then Esther, Alex Sutton.
Yep, you can either message on British Dodgeball itself, or you could message me on Facebook if you know me, or email me at alex.media@britishdodgeball.com. You can get involved with operating or commentating, or just helping with graphics or anything like that. Loads of things going around, and it's been amazing to see the community coming together to sort of help run all the live streams, growing the sport together, which is lovely to see.
Nice little shameless plug, I love it.
Yeah.
And if you are a new player as well, looking to get involved, then there is a lot of information on the British Dodgeball website. And there was a nice double ball attack there, being able to hit out Raptors number 11, Holly Edmonds. Raptors only having the one.
I think that was Manon Dixon actually. Holly Edmonds, I think, is number 15, if I'm correct.
People are confusing me with their shirts. Apologies for that.
You're doing you dirty there a little bit. Your sheet's doing you dirty a little bit. I think sometimes if there's new players within the club, they don't always have the right top, so they might usually switch around often, so might not always have the correct top on. Bees again looking very strong in the second set. 4-player advantage. But they were in the same exact position in the last set, and the set ended in a 2-2 draw.
Nice release on that counter there, just playing it slightly off the body as well, which I think was deliberate to just ensure that there was no catch. Obviously, she would love the hit.
Great hit and dodge there. Yeah, and sometimes if you put it near to your target and they're needing a catch because they're down a few players, they might be fishing a little bit. They might be a bit too far away and leads to a hit.
And they're just trying to chase the game. Thought someone wasn't paying enough attention. Throws the ball, and Hannah able to just easily pick that one up.
Yeah. Queen Bee successfully managing to close the set that time, keeping their advantage and pushing through.
But as a Bees player, you've definitely got to be happy with those first 2 sets. Obviously, a bit annoyed that the first one ended up the way it did, but at the same time, going 6-2, I think it was, up, really well played, and it just shows with that tiny bit of extra control, you could easily get quite a high points difference here.
Yeah, completely agree. And realistically, I think a massive change in tides happened in that first set when Hannah Dye made that catch, and then they got that hit on Victoria Hind as she wasn't quite prepared. Got to show you can never really switch off when you're on court.
No, it is one of the good things about dodgeball, that because it is that sport where there's five balls in play, actually there isn't just one thing to focus on like there is in most other sports, so it does make it far more interesting, in my personal opinion, to quite a few others.
I mean, yeah, of course, dodgeball clearly the best sport. If you aren't already playing it, then make sure you head to BritishDodgeball.org and find your closest club on their club finder page.
Bees being very smart there with several 4-ball attacks we've seen so far, deciding to get in there quick, release 2 balls before. Ooh. That's a lovely shot from, I believe, Alex. Just flipping someone in the head. I couldn't quite see who. But
I really hate players with a sling throw. Obviously, traditionally it's not necessarily the normal technique compared to sort of the L-shaped overarm throw, but I just find it so hard to read. I never know where it's going. I mean, they might not know either, to be honest.
I think it is a lot easier for them to adjust a horizontal plane where they want to throw, because obviously ball is travelling past all of those points.
Just choose your release point.
Yeah, whereas with a normal overarm throw, you're more locked into where you're throwing. Granted, some players especially can still go well outside that.
100%.
But it does give a greater indication.
Yeah. Raptors now have a 2-player advantage in possession. She's released the 1 ball at ball holder, playing it safe.
Nice.
Got a nice double running counter from Bees. It does take out Alex Lancaster there on the right wing for Raptors.
That was also really nicely done there by Faye, because she realised that they still want to do that double running counter. Just held off that little bit to allow both balls to come in at a similar time to secure the hit. Oh, nice catch there.
Oh! An amazing double catch from Zoe Wells.
And I bet she's going to be very happy that this match was live streamed.
There's a couple standing ovations happening in the crowd there, and that is going to win Queen Bees the set, as Hannah Ward and Zoe embrace. Just goes to show, if you're a commentator, you've got to be good at dodgeball.
No pressure for my games later then.
Yeah, Tim Day will be facing off against Leamington Spartans, the reigning champions from last season, as he plays for Lutterworth Meteors at 5 o'clock. So make sure you hop in for that game, because that is set to be a pretty good one.
Yeah, should be very spicy. It's a bit of a weird one that actually I think following Spartans' loss to Storm last session, they may be slightly on edge, I feel, because it's almost on them to make sure that they do win the game, whereas for us, pressure is almost off slightly because we are that 1 game up already. So it'll be an interesting game regardless.
Yeah, I 100% agree. We are going to get back to this fixture here in the Women's Super League. Raptors winning the middle ball, in possession of 3 now.
That was nice cover there from Bees, just preventing any quick start there as well. And smart play by Raptors, firstly, to actually just stop and reset. So often you see people, especially at the lower levels, once they've got a ball and they're running up, they're like, oh, I have to throw. Whereas actually,
an unfortunate deflection hit there, and Zoe Wells taken out as well. But in the blink of an eye, Raptors suddenly up 3 players. 30 seconds into this set.
And I think Zoe just clarifying the order that players went out there. Obviously, with 3 people out in very quick succession, sometimes quite hard to know which hit was first, and therefore what order you would come back in for a catch.
Because if you're unaware, if you do come back onto court in the wrong order after a catch, you will immediately be called back out. And therefore, the catch will not effectively bring a teammate back on court.
Refs are sometimes quite lenient with that if there are multiple people out at the same time.
Yes.
Obviously, the players haven't done that or gain or anything. It's just they thought that was the order that they should come back in.
It's very hard to be aware of everything all the time, especially if you're currently being hit out and you're probably trying to do a big dodge, face down on the floor.
Slight delay on that ball because the free throw came in from Faye and actually ends up working out well for Raptors, but that could very easily have been a nice catch there in the middle.
Yeah, almost a really good catch.
To go the player up.
Nice big lateral dodges, and she almost takes the catch at the same time. I think she did land a little bit hard and having a little bit of a sit in the outbox currently.
I think it was probably because she didn't expect the extra ball to come, so it may have just winded her slightly.
Yeah.
Where it's caught her unexpectedly. So hopefully she'll be back up and ready to go by the end of this frame.
Well, just under a minute left in this set. Raptors 2 players up. They were looking to close this set and decrease that deficit. Just 5-3.
Lovely clip on the foot there, and that was also really nicely done in just slowing it down. Actually, they realised there's no point standing at the front of the court. Actually, take that step, allow yourself to have a run up in order to get a better chance of getting a hit. So Faye left in by herself, so let's see what we can manage. Against 4 balls, I think this is going to be quite tough.
Good block there.
And I think that's actually a really good outcome from Faye. Obviously, not managing to make a catch or anything, but she weathered that 4-ball attack. Unfortunately, time played against her there, but she was able to sort of settle back with a 3, release one safely, so that it's a 3-ball attack, but she can then try and look for a catch.
Score now currently sat at 5-3 in favour of Queen Bees, with around about a minute left in this half. So this could be the final set of the half, and we'll see, will we go into the second half on even level, or will we see Bees increase their lead?
Yeah, it's been quite an odd game with each team at different points looking very dominant.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice release. I think just skimmed her as she went through. It's that awkward one where, had she not made that hit, suddenly that's a very bad decision because it's the loss of that extra ball. Whereas by making that hit and then making a hit on the attack afterwards, suddenly that's a great release.
Play. Yeah, because I mean, sometimes you'll sometimes hear, especially the more experienced players, say that just because an outcome of something has gone well doesn't necessarily mean it was the right call of action in the first place. Like, you might try and do that same thing numerous times again, but every time it will fail because overall it's objectively the wrong call to make. It just happened to work in that one situation.
You see it also with teams with a bigger skill gap. Sometimes actually losing an opportunity to get out their most valuable player is not worth the hit that you got on a weaker player.
Yeah.
That's something else that also comes into play. It's such a simple sport. There is quite a lot that goes into it. Oh, lovely catch from Cheska McCarthy there. Got free through, and I think just managed to release her ball early enough and secure the catch. So nicely played there. Or, unfortunately, tried to do two things, I think. Got a bit excited and got hit by, I think, both of the balls on that attack. Oh! And that's a big swing there. Managing to get a hit and then a follow-up catch, but actually one player ahead with not long left in the half. It's really on Bees now to try and get another hit. Oh! Whoa! 2 catches there. And
oh, that is a very late release from Zoe Wells there. The whistle had massively been blown. I think we could maybe see a blue or a yellow card if the referees were paying attention to it.
Yeah, so from my point of view, what seemed to happen there, it was 2 Bees catches, but then the player on Raptors that made the catch was one that was already out for being caught.
Yep.
Obviously, just probably instinctual, just saw the ball coming, secured it. I don't think she meant anything by it or was trying to cheat in any way. Just saw a ball, caught it, and it's now down to the refs to try and finalise and realise what happened.
I think, in the grand scheme of things, I think Queen Bees will be walking away with the set here and going into the second half in the lead at 7 points to 3.
Unfortunately for the rest, there's currently no video review, so...
Dodgeball VAR isn't quite in effect yet. Although I think it would probably have to be used far too much. Maybe like a challenge system.
Yeah, similar to tennis, so...
Yeah, each team, say, you know,
a number of challenges.
Game or something.
You get to keep it on a successful challenge.
Yeah.
Lose it otherwise.
Yeah. Because there's numerous times I've seen it happen watching games back where, you know, like a toe shot might happen and everyone's like, oh, amazing shot. The player calls himself out. Then when you actually watch it back, it bounces. Like a good 2 inches in front of the foot or something. But it can be really, really hard to tell in those situations. And like realistically, that hit could, you know, decide a game. And like it's no one's fault. It just happens. But it goes to show how, you know, things can very easily be called as a hit or a bounce or what. And as we said earlier, perspective plays a massive role in that.
And I think at the end of that was actually called a draw. So Bees will be going in second half 6-4 at the end of that.
Yeah. That means the catch from Debbie Bateman must have been called a secure catch.
Yeah. To be honest, without us actually reviewing it ourselves,
we could be wrong. It might have been someone else who threw.
It could have been someone else that threw entirely, or it was her that threw, but she secured her catch first.
Yeah.
A very fast-paced sport, so very difficult to see all of these things.
Either way, though, all 3 catches were superb.
Yeah. There's a lot of catches being made at the front of the court, including Zoe's double catch. So.
Yeah. Although I do think Zoe's very lucky to get away without sort of a card or a punishment. Like after the whistles have been blown, and then a good sort of 5 seconds later, Zoe did release. Obviously, it's very loud in here. Sometimes in the heat of the moment, you can not really pay attention sometimes or hear it, but I think if Bees get away with that, they'll be very fortunate to start the second half with 6 players on court.
Now, this may be slightly unconventional, but instead of chatting about this match during half-time, instead, I'm going to pose a couple of questions to you.
Okay.
Because I've heard a rumour going around that there may actually be a second camera setup being brought in. So I was just wondering if you've got any more information on that, about when it may occur, what courts may be being streamed?
Yeah, so we're hoping to bring in a second camera, which will also just be streamed on YouTube. And we won't be doing sort of, say, Court 1, because that's the same league as this. We'll be doing the other courts, so that way we're covering 2 different courts at the same time. So right now it would be Women's Super League, and I believe it's Men's League 3, down on courts 3 and 4. And then similarly later on in the Men's Super League, it would enable us to stream 1 match of Men's Super League at the same time as streaming a match of Women's League 1. I'm not sure exactly when, and it will also be very dependent on volunteers as well, because we'll probably have to have like a second setup basically in the hall. But hopefully, I think latest, maybe in the new year. I think the is it January 8th? I think round 5 is. So if we can get everything set up by then, I think by then we should be able to have like a two-court, 2-stream setup. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Looking forward to it. And if anyone is wanting to get involved, exactly how do they do that, and what sort of skills would be useful for them to have before starting?
Yeah, so if you would like to get involved, you can either just message the British Dodgeball page either on Facebook, Instagram, or you can email myself at alex.media@britishDodgeball.com. Realistically, we have loads of different types of people involved in volunteering with the live streams at the moment. It's quite easy to learn, very simple, but if you do have any experience with sort of cameras, technology, OBS streaming softwares, anything like that, or you just want to give a bit of a dabble in commentary, if you do podcasts maybe, then there's loads of different roles for you, but it's quite easy to pick up, as I'm sure a lot of people will be able to testify.
Awesome. By the looks of it, I think we're just about to start the second half, so fortunately I won't be able to ask you any off-the-cuff questions, any more off-the-cuff questions, sorry.
Have you got more planned?
Well, it's mostly questions from the community, so actually if you do have any other questions that you want posed to Alex, send them in.
Yeah.
Do go through all of the comments on the Facebook, so do keep chatting.
Yeah.
And the second half is underway. Nice release there, but well dodged just over the top a bit. And it's a nice counter there. B's ending up with 3 balls as well as managing to get a player out. So they've got an opportunity to try and go 2 players up early on in the second half.
Yeah. And I'm not sure what your perspective on it is. Oh, a great catch. But often, I think, the first set of the second half, especially depending on what happened in the last set, can be huge in terms of momentum going into the start of the second half.
Ooh. And I think one of the Storm's refs was actually calling a hit on Faye, but actually she ran up, released and got caught by Alex.
Yeah.
Anyway, so really strong start there, actually going 2 players up and lovely post throw. So he really didn't have much option of getting out the way of that. It was very well timed to just after she had released, the ball was arriving at her. It's one of those quite difficult skills where, and a little bit of confusion about who's on and who's off the court. Yeah, it's one of those very difficult skills to get that timing spot on, but if you can do it, it's so hard as a player to deal with it.
Yeah.
I do think some of the other commentary team were chatting about it as well, either earlier today or one of the other games.
Sorry. Interrupting me with my gasp there. I just saw Gav Thomas make an incredible catch over on court 1 against Valkyries.
The score on that court is currently 5-all, although it does look like Valkyries have just taken that extra step. So we will try and keep you posted on the scores on that court as well. And it looks like a decision has been made on this court. Sam, really good ref in the way he does this, actually making sure he goes to both teams, explain exactly what's been called, what's happened, and why he's done it. Just means that actually players aren't felt hard done by.
No, complete transparency. Keeps tensions low, players don't get annoyed. And often a player just won't have realised something's happened. So once it's explained, it's like, oh right,
yeah,
cool, no problem. So now, just coming over to Carthy here, just to explain to her too. I'm not 100% sure what did actually happen. Did you see?
No, it seemed to be like the line ref from Storm may have called Jessica out as Raptors were running up to throw. So Jessica stepped off court expecting that to be the call, which I think has been overturned by Sam. But because before that point they did have 4 balls, of which they then threw several at Jessica, they get those balls back so that it's reset at a point before anything happened.
Yeah, Raptors with 4 balls now. I imagine releasing at least 2. Releasing 3 and a great catch.
I believe that was all 4 released.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Yeah,
a standing came out of the B side.
that catch makes it even on players, so 4 apiece. Oh, that's nice lateral movement there. Just really sensible play, and actually just not worrying about making a catch or anything like that. Just stay in, get out of the way of the balls, and worry about winning the game later. Against that 4-ball attack can be really devastating, so it's most important to just stay in. Double ball attack there. Ooh.
Oh, actually, the release from the left wing going off ball there and managing to get the hit.
Yeah, I think she just skimmed her as she was trying to jump up.
Yeah.
But that was a nice cross court there. Very nearly hitting out Vic in the middle, but just able to get away from that. So, nicely played.
Oh, a great
nice.
take.
Yeah, she managed to just sort of square up to the ball and managed to just secure it relatively close up front. And I believe on the battery on the camera may have died, so I will try and keep you updated. Audio dodgeball. Still, oh, lovely pre-throw at the death, managing to hit out a Raptors player, giving Bees the win. And Christy Abbott very happy about that, as well as the rest of the Bees team. That does make it 8-4 to Bees. So actually a very vital hit there, preventing it from being just a 7-5, so only 1 game in it. As it is, they've now got the 2 games ahead of the Raptors team. Again, a quick start going off. Alex releases cross court, but gets punished on the short throw straight ahead of her. She looked for the catch, just wasn't quite able to secure it. But by the looks of it, one of the balls wasn't live, so actually she's still in. She did step off court when that happened, but due to the honesty rules, you are allowed back in if you go out because you believe you're out, despite that not being the case. So hopefully you should have video back now. But do please message us if that's not the case, or if any of the audio does begin to mess up. So Raptors looking to make an attack now with 3 balls. Let's see what they can manage. Couple of fakes there before throwing at 2 different targets. I don't know if they just weren't entirely sure what the call was, or if actually that was the call.
Yeah. You often see that sort of, like if a single ball has been called, but the player doesn't realise it, they're supposed to be the one throwing, so everyone just ends up throwing singles for ages.
And that was lovely height on that dodge in the middle, and then a nice catch by Alex. I think that was just slightly too long on the post throw, meaning she had enough time to square up to it and set herself behind the ball for the catch.
Oh, but a nice rebound catch.
Manages to get the hit on Faye before being hit by the cross court, but tipped it up to the player behind. So really nice period of play from Alex there, leaving it a 6-on-3. So hopefully they can. Another lovely hit. I think it may have hit Hannah in the face there, just as she was distracted with her own throw. Yeah, Raptors really looking to secure this and bring it back to a 1-score game.
Yep. 8-4?
Yes, it is. Oh, that was a bit of an interesting play. I think that was a catch and out from Vic, but then there was a single released at ball from the other side. So, again, the calling just seems to be a little not communicated properly down the line.
A little unclear, I think.
And a catch and out for Raptors, making it a 5-on-1. Zoe last left in.
But if she can make 2 of her catches here, it can be 3-all. I think she will just be hit out though. Nice to see both players been hit out. Nice little handshake there. Mutual respect between the 2 players.
And I think Alex realising there that it doesn't matter if she goes out.
Yeah.
Actually, taking that 1-for-1 trade means they win the set.
Yeah.
So it's a lot easier for that player knowing that you can let yourself be in a vulnerable position in order to get that hit.
Yeah, 100%. Stood the ground strong in the neutral zone, and then as Zoe Wells entered that sort of, that danger zone where it's like, I need to release or I'm going to get a hit here. Releasing.
Another nice catch. The cross court from Zoe just after Alex had released, but
put that one out of the air.
Yeah. And really, this is the point where Bees need to realise that Alex is playing well and actually just ignore her.
Yeah.
Ignore her or wait for a good opportunity.
And the set moving quite quickly now, actually. Only three Queen Bees left on court.
Yeah, against the 5 for the Raptors. Another couple of fakes at the front from them, but Bees not being drawn out to free throw because of that.
More fakes from Raptors there. Oh, and another great take, and then a block. Lovely work from Manon Dixon there.
Yeah, they're really just looking to secure this frame. Granted, there is still a lot of time left in it, and both of these players can make catches whenever they want, pretty much, by the looks of it. So they may be able to turn this around. And as I say that, that's exactly what they do. Cheska takes a catch on one side of the court, while Hannah post throws, goes through the block on the other side of the court for a hit. So now leaving it 4 players against 3. And with that nice double running counter, actually even it up. They have managed to leave Raptors with 4 balls, so they may be able to punish that play now.
Good block there. Safe throws there. Play ball had been called, so they had to release, but they didn't want to risk being caught. Put it onto the floor in front of the Bees' feet.
You are allowed to throw anywhere within a metre for that to be deemed valid.
Great catch there.
Nice catch there. Zoe seems a little bit annoyed at herself. I think she just placed it in the wrong spot on the body. Yeah,
calling for a timeout there. I think that's a good decision, actually, because if Raptors, who look like they're going to take this set, they will bring it to an even 8-all. Oh, a great catch!
And somehow managing to avoid all the other balls as well.
Yeah,
so
really great work there.
Not long left on the clock now, but only 1 hit needed. Although Alex managing to get the hit on Jessica.
Now she needs 2 hits. There's 1. But unfortunately, she just doesn't have enough time left. And Raptors are going to even it up at 8 apiece.
And Bees calling this timeout, trying to just stall the momentum that Raptors have managed to get to try and reset their game and turn it around. What do you think Bees really need to be doing, or looking who to target or anything like that with this Raptors team right now?
I think they're starting to throw a few too many catches. I think they've been a little bit over eager on some of their post standings. They're sort of going across the court trying to, because often I've done it myself many times where you think, I can catch this player out here, they won't be expecting the
being a little cheeky
throw.
rather than
but as as Raptors have clearly demonstrated, they are very much ready for it. Alex taking some amazing catches. I think maybe it's just target priority a little bit, waiting for the right moments, not necessarily trying to force it. Look for those moments, and then when you are going for it, going for the outer extremities, not placing it at the stomach, because as we've seen, these Raptors girls can catch really well.
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of catches on both sides of the court, actually, during this game. So it may be a sign that actually players may be just that little bit tired from their first game. They're just not quite having enough behind their throw. So they're just slipping a little bit, and they're just drifting away from where they really should be targeting, and that's why they're getting caught. So maybe with this timeout, everyone gets a little chance to have a breather. That may be all it takes for them to actually start converting these into hits instead.
Raptors are going to call their timeout on the back end of Bees' timeout.
Yeah, I think one of the Raptors players did just run off in order to get her water bottle. So it may have just been a, oh, hang on, we've got a timeout, we may as well use it.
Yeah. And there's currently only roughly 5 minutes left remaining in the game. So, won't be any more timeouts in this game, and I'm just looking, both teams were looking to just sort of push through and end on the next strategy they choose to go with.
There's going to be at least 2 sets left with 5 minutes left, so it'll be interesting to see whether the teams are looking to try and slow it down a little bit and play for time if they're up in that first frame, or if they're going, no, we want to just win this one, win another one, and be ahead.
Yeah. An interesting tactic I've seen implemented before. I think it was by David Poole, or also known as Jack, where the opposing team called a timeout and then didn't talk the entire time, so didn't really need to say anything, and then called a timeout as the first one ended, because that way the opposing team just had to sort of stand around and wait for a minute whilst you're then getting your information in and getting yourself hyped up.
Yeah, there's a lot of can do on those sort of things. One I personally love is actually just lining up ready.
Yeah, immediately.
If you're the one with momentum, it's on them to try and change that. So
you don't need to change anything.
By just turning up and being like, no, we're ready, we're facing you, we want to start, suddenly it puts all that pressure back onto that team. A nice release there, hitting Faye just quite high on the shoulder. Again, it's really hard to get your arm to that ball in order to make that catch, and she just wasn't able to there.
Yeah, Raptors coming out very aggressive. After that timeout, releasing 2 balls, maybe not the right decision. She will be punished for it.
Yeah, and it does look like Alex there is trying to ask for the balls to be passed down. I think she just wasn't aware of who was meant to be throwing.
Yeah, and a little bit of a fish there from Hannah Dyer. She has made some great catches this game, but I think looking for a little too much just then.
Yeah, especially because those 2 balls that came at her were very well grouped.
Yes.
It becomes very difficult to, even if you make the catch, you're almost certainly going out
great dodge
from the second ball. A great dodge there by Christy Abbott, but unfortunately Zoe did go out, so it's leaving it 4 players apiece. 3 balls with bees.
Plenty of time remaining, 1 minute 45. We'll see if either of the teams choose to sort of go aggressive and push through, or sort of slow it down, take their time, and get the hits when they're there.
I think really at this point of the game, still both teams are just trying to make sure they secure this frame itself.
Yeah.
So I don't think they'll really be thinking about anything past that. And another nice release by Alex when they are pressuring up the running counter, able to find Vic there and make it so Raptors are a player up. So nicely done.
Yeah, I think Raptors, as this game has gone on, they've just looked stronger and stronger. Slowly finding their strides. It's like those first 2 sets, as we said, Queen Bees immediately in it, going 4-player advantage in both of those sets. But Raptors really looking a lot more comfortable now, a lot more steady in their approach to these sets.
I do think that happens a lot with teams that like to catch. Once they make a few catches, suddenly they go, oh yeah, I can do this, I can make these catches. That's when you start seeing them able to just pluck balls that normally they wouldn't even look to go for a catch on. So they made just a couple and they've gone, yeah, you know what, let's do this.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that exact thing happen earlier on the live stream in the matchup between EA Valkyries and Bedford Mighty Eagles, where Valkyries just in the second half made so many incredible catches and it enabled them to win the game, just by a set as well.
Yeah, very tight.
It was a really good game.
And if anyone is wanting to watch that, those will all be up on the YouTube later, or you can scroll back on the live. But Raptors managing to secure that frame, just 4 players up against 3, so actually quite a slow frame as far as it goes.
About 2 minutes remaining now. Bees down a set.
2 minutes is still plenty of time.
Oh, loads.
Especially because at this point they're probably going, you know what, actually taking a draw with that 1 frame that is going to be played is perfectly fine.
And if Raptors can do that, they'll be securing their first points in the Women's Super League.
Yeah, coming off the back of 3 losses.
Yeah.
This is a relatively new team, and I think there's quite a few players that have been sort of mismatched into it. So,
Great catch.
a beautiful catch, and even with a ball that she had in her hand, ready to block, decided, no, you know what, I'm just going to catch you instead. So, really nice play.
In return, Hannah Ward making another great catch, bringing Faye Woodall back onto the court.
Just a slightly delayed ball there that Hannah was able to dodge the first 2, get her eyes up, ready for that 3rd one coming in. Hear it.
A great catch. I find myself saying that a lot today, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it was a lovely running, well, 1-step counter. Placed it quite high on the body and actually just able to get both hands up to it and secure it. So really well done.
And Raptors choosing to release 3 balls there, desperate to get their hit.
Giving these 4 now, so let's see what they can do to punish.
Standing counter gets nothing, but Hannah Dodd just made the catch.
5 players apiece and getting very spicy at the end of this.
10 seconds left. Raptors up by 1. They don't need anything. It's up to Bees to get a hit here. Zoe Wells unable. Zoe Wells hit out. And Raptors will take the game, securing not just 1, but the full 2 points from this game. Congratulations.
Yeah, really nice for them getting their first points on the board and
their first
season
ever Women's Super League win.
Yeah.
It's huge for them.
Yeah, it is a big step up as well from League One. So really nice to see them actually able to disrupt what is a definite, at least middle of the pack team in the Bees. So expecting good things for the rest of the season.
Yeah. And next up, we have another huge fixture of current reigning champions Bedford Mighty Eagles against 2nd place from last season, Leamington Spartans.
And welcome everybody to Bedford Mighty Eagles versus Leamington Spartans. I'm Colin Mullen.
And I'm Selby. Nice to see you all. We're up for a very interesting game. So we've got the first place and second place of the Women's Super League of last year. So Bedford Mighty Eagles and Leamington Spartans. What do you think? It's meant to be the match to watch from the Women's Super League today, isn't it? Based on House of Dodge's most recent report.
Definitely. For me, it's probably the two title contenders that are facing off right now. In my eyes, I think Bedford's probably going to take it, but the Spartans' aggression, they could easily come through with a win.
So we're up for a good game. Like, first set's about to kick off.
In terms of usual styles, it's quite a clash, I would say, in that Bedford tend to be a more reserved, slow-paced game, whereas Spartans tend to be quite quick and aggressive with counters, etc. So it should be a very interesting game.
And we're off.
Egg White losing out to Abby Gower with the middle ball. Bedford to start off the game. Oh, big hit and Harry Bignell there.
That Harry Bignell?
Yeah,
I saw Imi Sharp throw a ball. That's my... Oh,
Meg nearly
catch.
taking a fantastic catch.
Yeah, that was Imi Sharp that time. Throwing the ball. Seen some very accurate throws. Very good timing from players throwing.
This is where the game's going to be decided, is with 4 balls in Bedford's hand.
Ooh, great dodging, and Elisa
saving
runs
her.
in to save Pickering.
That's
Good
fantastic
effort.
teamwork there. Great court awareness from
Two balls released there from Bedford Mighty Eagles. Now that leaves ball over to Spartans. Interesting, we're actually seeing we're seeing quite a few 2-ball releases, which does leave one side with 4 balls, leaving the other side quite vulnerable. So quite a high pace. 2 releases again there. Double counter, but Jones dodges there very nicely.
The dodge has been fantastic so far.
Absolutely. There's a lot of balls being released. It's not a slow-paced game, this one.
Oh, absolutely.
There we go. Single ball from Jones.
Just trying to slow the pace of the game down into their favour a bit. I reckon we're going to start seeing some more counters. And here we go. Oh, she's resetting.
Hold there from Elisa Storch.
This is where they can change the game with a big hit here. Brilliant.
Ooh, there we go. Great hit on him.
Releasing 3 balls works so well, especially with the delay. Whether that was on purpose or not, that's a different story.
Great dodge from Alice Bonsignori there.
It's a big pickup for Bedford, Alice.
Ooh, again.
That's fantastic toe shot.
That dodge followed by a great hit from Alice on Lucy Barrington. Now we're 3 versus 4, so Spartans with 3 players, Bedford Mighty Eagles with 4. Again, this set can go either way. Free throw.
So close.
Melissa Storch. 4 balls, leaves Spartans quite vulnerable. Another free throw. Pickering went for the catch there.
Just one down.
Right, very close. That set goes to Bedford Mighty Eagles.
Such a tight game. That could have went either way at any point in that set.
Absolutely. That's 2-0 to Bedford Mighty Eagles. On to the second set.
I reckon we're going to see a lot of tight sets in this game.
So, big start there from Bedford Mighty Eagles. They sent 2 runners. Spartans sent 3, but Mighty Eagles ended up with all 3 balls, but they did choose to hold that ball. Now, 2-ball release there. Seems like a bit of a miscommunication from the 2 wingers there. They went for different targets, but...
Great block. Oh, Abby just hit.
Wasn't a block. Abby Gower. Good effort, though. Ooh, fantastic. So Alice Bonsignori there. She makes eye contact with a player that she's not actually going for to try and kind of distract and leave the opposition a bit vulnerable. See if she does it again. Yep, there you go. So she looks in the opposite direction but throws the ball where she's not looking. So far, some very accurate throws. Oh, and a hit there on
a double hit.
Barrington. Is it a double hit?
Yeah, Lucy went out as well.
Oh, there we go. Even on players. Oh, a great double hit there.
Oh, what a fantastic catch.
Catch from Karen Pickering there from a rebound.
Brilliant court awareness. That's experience really showing there.
Absolutely. Very chaotic little run there, but I think especially with such good 2 teams on play, the biggest difference there is like when those chaotic sets happen or those chaotic plays happen, how do you react to that? Do you keep your eyes up, try and go for those rebound catches? And that's what really makes the difference. You
find chaos tends to suit Spartans a lot better than it does Bedford. That is a fantastic time throw.
Great hit. Absolutely. Sorry, you were saying chaos tends to favour who?
Spartans. Bedford usually play this much slower, more controlled game where they can make the right decisions. Oh, that's a brilliant 1-from-1 from Amy Jones.
But unfortunately, she was the only player left on Bedford Mighty Eagles. Yeah, sorry, so Jones, yeah, it was a great one. Spartans take that set. We are even after 2 sets. Steady start. Ball release from Bedford Mighty Eagles, 0-2 there. And now it's over to Spartans. Spartans are going to release 2 at wing, and that pays off. Barrington and White get the hit there.
That's a big hit for Spartans.
On Abby Gower. Four balls, great dodging from Spartans. Oh no, but there was a line fault there. Still dodged, but a line fault. Now we have 5 versus 5 players and 4 balls on Spartan's side. Leamington Spartans get a hit on Emmy Sharp. Great
putting the pressure on.
Absolutely, great pressure there.
And at the time, doing a very safe throw there from Harry. Better respond.
Great 1-for-1 there. Let's go on to Yuri and Lucy Barrington. Now 3 versus 3, very even matchup, all of these sets. As you'd expect from the first place and runner-up of the last season. 2 blocks there, 1 from Storch and 1 from Jones. And now they have 4 balls. Now, there's only 3 players, so that 4th ball is being held off court for them. Oh, beautiful catch from Josiah. And there's actually lots of international players on both of these teams, isn't it? So, looks like Bedford Mighty Eagles at the moment have 4 national players currently playing. Millington goes for the catch, but gets hit, unfortunately. 2 versus 3, very even matchup. Versus 3, 3 balls on Spartan sides. They go for the double release, and a hit is called, so it's even.
This is where it gets interesting. Brilliant dodge from Elisa.
They're going for the double there. Does it pay off?
Fantastic from Abby to survive that.
Yeah, great dodging. Big jumps, big lateral movements. Oh, beautiful from Elisa.
Lucky
a hit is called. That must have clipped her toe. That's very unfortunate. Big movements there, but sometimes it does just clip the toe, and the refs called it there.
The
so
smallest margins in that.
Exactly. Oh. And that set goes to Bedford Mighty Eagles. Very close all the way through. There's only really 1 player difference through most of that set between the 2 teams.
The accuracy from Bedford at the end was impeccable.
Absolutely, absolutely. Those multiple ball hits, they're working out really well for Bedford Mighty Eagles.
Next set starts with Spartans with balls. The 2-ball hit on Amy. Very effective in the game so far. Third time trying to put on the pressure, and Abby with a great catch.
Beautiful catch. That is always the risk with a single ball release. If you're not making sure that that's off to the side, it's very easy to catch, especially with this quality and caliber of players.
She really showed how to get your body in behind the ball to really help take the catch and secure it.
Absolutely, absolutely. All of these players are very seasoned, very experienced. They're fantastic at moving their bodies into place.
Really showing, and that's why it's been such a great game so far. Bedford taking a strong lead in this set. They need to try and see it out. Building up as big of a lead as possible at Spartans is so important because they can really turn it on when they need to.
So 3 players difference at the moment. Bedford Mighty Eagles are up by 3 players. Great dodging there from Elisa Storch. They decide not to go because they do get 4 balls with that release, so they are in a stronger position there. Again, it can go either way. Oh, beautiful hit.
They needed to make that hit.
Absolutely, but they are left with 1 ball, which again leaves them a little bit vulnerable. Bedford Mighty Eagles now with 4 balls.
If Harry can put the pressure on.
3 ball release.
Oh, so unlucky from Karen there.
Good movement there, dodged the bottom 2, and she went for the catch.
We've
for
seen her
that top
definitely be able to
ball.
take those catches before.
Yes. Ooh.
Lisa
Elisa
stays on
Storch,
court.
absolutely, she's very good with her feet. She's very conscious of where those lines are. Ooh!
Abby nearly going for it.
Absolutely. So there was a rebound off of Alice there. Abby Gower did see and she did go, kind of tried to go for it, but didn't make contact, so she's still in. And again, so we're 2 versus 4 now. Or is it 2 versus 3? 2 versus 3, there we go. So Leamington Spartans do have a good shot here. 3 balls now on Bedford Mighty Eagles side. Is that a block or is it a hit? The refs call a hit on Imi Sharp.
Fantastic throw there.
She did go down for the block, but it did just clip her toe there. Ooh, is that a block? So the ref originally thought that was a block, but the line ref did call a hit there. Bit of frustration from Elisa Storch's side.
Big call from the referee. The smallest margin there, giving it to Bedford.
And that is why we do have 6 refs on all of these games. We have 2 center refs and we have 2 line refs on the edges so that we get great angles and we can see what's happening. So the center ref at first saw that as a block, but the back line ref called it a hit there. We are on to 4th set. Or is it the 5th?
5th.
It is the 5th set.
Under 3 minutes remaining as well. This set's going to be crucial.
So the current score is 6-2 to Bedford Mighty Eagles. They are up by 2 sets. And it is 5 versus 5 at the moment.
Oh, a huge hit on Elisa.
Again, the accuracy and timing on those Bedford Mighty Eagles multiple ball shots are fantastic. Same with Spartans, there we go. Beautiful release there from Pickering and Millington.
Timing means that she can't do anything about it.
Oh, pre-throw there from Amy Jones. Oh, nearly a catch from Pickering. Again, she's doing great at dodging those 2 balls, but the 3rd one, when she goes for the catch, has gone for has rebounded off her twice now. So
yeah, they find a really effective way to take her out of the game.
Absolutely. Great block there on the wing. And a 2-ball counter. That leaves Spartans with 2 balls now. 3 versus 4, very close once again. 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining on this half.
A lot of international experience here on the Spartan side could be crucial. Harry Bignell and Amy Jones.
No hit there on Mighty Eagles side. There's international players on both teams there, quite a lot of talent.
Pretty sure everybody on court now has at some point played international dodgeball.
Fantastic quality of dodgeball we're seeing here in the Women's League live stream.
Absolutely.
Oh, clip there on Amy
Honestly,
Jones.
the accuracy in this game has been unbelievable so far.
Now Spartans, oh, beautiful hit from Spartans.
The tracking there from Meg was fantastic.
They have about 23 seconds left in this half. They really need to go for a hit or a catch here. So she goes for it, just over the shoulder there from Pickering. Again.
Spartans really desperately looking for this hit to try and draw the set.
Bedford Mighty Eagles taking their time. Oh, unfortunate end to the set there. So that leaves Mighty Eagles up by 8 points to Spartans, who are on 2 points at half time. So at the moment, Bedford Mighty Eagles are up by 3 sets.
3 sets, yeah.
You'd be surprised. I have a mechanical engineering degree, but no one would know. I can't count numbers.
It's always the easy stuff to get wrong, isn't it?
Who needs fingers when you have calculators? So that leaves us at half time. Bedford Mighty Eagles are up. Again, a very stacked team they have, but again, very high quality. Both sides. It is a very, very close match. At no point has either team had more than 3 players up on either side. It's a very kind of steady paced game, but also fantastic made there.
It's been a steady paced game, but some, Spartans especially, have really been able to turn up the speed whenever they needed to. Just been really unlucky in seeing out the sets, really.
we're trying to figure out how to sort the scores and the timers out, as you've probably seen. It has been a little bit off at the moment, but that is what you get when you have volunteers running live streams. So we promise the quality of these streams will be going up throughout the season, so do stay tuned.
We'll get better. We'll get better.
Absolutely, and I think the quality of today's streams has been significantly better than the last round of National League we're learning.
The Spartans in the second half have a 3-set deficit to really claw back. It'll be very important to their season to try and at least come away with the draw.
The Spartans are ready to go. They've lined up on the court there. Bedford Mighty Eagles still having a bit of a conversation.
If you were Spartans, what would you be trying to change tactics-wise to try and adjust to Bedford?
Honestly, the quality of dodgeball is so high. I don't know, what would you do?
Ooh, I think they really need to start making more hits with the 2-ball attacks. I feel like that's where Bedford are really surviving and making use out of 4 balls. And it looks like Spartans only have 1 retriever at the moment. Oh, it looks like they've got their seconds to come in to join. Oh, a big hit on Holly Gelding. Bedford 1 player up. A big return from Spartans. The accuracy we've seen in this game has been so good. Sarah Time making a very nice dodge. And a huge counter hit on Elisa. I believe it was Emmy Sharp's ball that made the hit. Karen trying to catch the foot of Alice. Was joined from, I believe, Storm. She was at previously. A very good experienced player for France.
Or Italy?
No, I think it was France.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are having a little bit of trouble with the timers, but the scoreboard will be updated with the correct scores. So we are in the second half, first set, I believe. Is that right? And a double counter. Beautiful dodge from Alice Bonsignori. Oh, is that Alice? It is Alice.
Yeah, that is Alice.
I did get confused. Her kit does say Angel. She must have borrowed a kit for today. Oh, cross court there from Alice Town. Another cross court there. From Josiah, but a hit on Josiah. Multiple balls released. Now, Spartans with 2 balls. Bedford Mighty Eagles with 3, but they are even on players.
Spartans really need to try and get momentum in their favour. Win here is quite crucial, I think.
Absolutely, especially in the second half.
Definitely. You really want to get the ball rolling as soon as possible in their favour.
Single ball release there on the counter. Now Bedford Mighty Eagles with 2 balls, Spartans with 3. So Spartans will walk up. Let's see if it's a 2-ball release. Yeah, 2-ball on Alice Bonsignori. Great dodge.
I like what Lucy tried to do there by doing a big fake before and try and draw it out so that the other 2 could try and get a better track throw. Fortunately didn't pull off, but it's a good idea though. Big catch from Harry Bignell.
Fantastic catch from Harry Bignell. Really scooped that off the floor.
Bringing in Holly Gelding.
And this might actually be the set that goes in Spartans' favour. Have a look. They need to keep calm now. They are up by 2 players, and that set goes to Leamington Spartans. So they are closing the gap now. That is 8 versus 4. Still 2 Bedford Mighty Eagles at the moment, but that is working in Spartans' favour. Those catches make such a big difference, don't they?
Absolutely. And in the second half so far in that set, like they really made them work for any catches that they had to take. It's interesting to see Rudlin trying to pass on some tactical knowledge to the girls. So it'll be interesting to see if they change anything up now after that.
3 balls now on Bedford Mighty Eagles. Great block from the wing. Single ball release and a great dodge there from Morris. Is that Morris?
Yeah.
It is Morris. So 2-ball release there, but the timing was a little bit off on the counter.
Alice
Release
was
for
able
Fortune
to
Barrington.
adjust.
Two-ball release from the wings, double counter going, but they've decided to hold there. Probably for the best, it leaves them with 4 balls so they can get a better shot now. Leamington Spartans on the run up. 2 balls released towards Josiah. Josiah dodges. Great dodging from Leamington Spartans there. A block from Alice Sarah Town, not Alice Town. My mistake. But very interesting, we're seeing Bedford Mighty Eagles are very good at using the full width of that court in that World Cup. We do see that some teams huddle up for the call. But Bedford Mighty Eagles make sure that everyone's heard the call and they really utilize that full extent of that court. And that does make it a lot more difficult for the opposition to really see what's happening on the opposition side. So they really need to keep their attention and their vision like really wide. Peripherals, that's the word I'm looking for. Peripherals. Yes. Oh, unfortunate hit there on Alice Montignori.
I don't think she could have done much more there.
Agreed. She seems to be in a good mood.
Looks like there's only 50 seconds left on the clock for this set.
Double counter there, but they go for different targets and do not end up getting a hit. Bedford Mighty Eagles. And now again, Leamington Spartans are actually up by 1 player, so perhaps they can close the difference here. Single ball release.
Very smart from Meg White.
Oh,
a double hit.
So unfortunate that rebounds there off onto Barrington, so double hit there.
That's huge for Bedford.
And that leaves Bedford Mighty Eagles up by 1 player. Great dodging again from Sarah Town.
Like a little finger point there.
I did have to raise my finger because I
Remind
corrected
yourself.
myself. Absolutely not Alice. That is Sarah Town. Is that a catch from Alice? Refs are gonna call time there to see if that was a catch or not. Elisa Storch did go down really low to try and scoop that catch. Again, it is so important at this point where they do need to close that difference, and catches make a very, very big change there. Obviously, if you get one of the opposition out and one of your own players in, what was called by the refs? No catch, I believe.
No catch. Finds first. Finds first.
So because timeout was called there by the refs, now players have to go back to the back line. And now the refs have blown the whistle. The play starts again.
Oh, a huge hit. Oh my God. That is a huge win for
Spartans. So they released 3 balls there. Imi Sharp went for a fantastic dodge, but one of those 3 balls did hit her head in the end. And so they ended up with 4 players versus 3. And that set goes to Leamington Spartans. So only 1 set difference now between Spartans and Bedford Mighty Eagles.
That is a huge set for Spartans. This second half has been so good for them.
Absolutely. Again, Bedford Mighty Eagles with 3 balls. A pre-throw there from Leamington Spartans. It just makes them reset. They do release 1 ball there.
Sarah Town with the throw on Lucy. That's a big hit to start off the set. Oh, Elisa, great awareness.
Fantastic awareness there. She caught that blocked ball. Oh, but it seems like the refs have called it a catch. Perfect. So that did hit Abby Gower. It looked like it rebounded off the side, but it actually bounced off the floor, so that was not a hit. And now Leamington Spartans are up by 1 player. Fantastic dodging there from Sarah Town. Mighty Eagles now with 3 balls. Down by 1 player. Leamington Spartans are up by 1. Again, this has been such a close game. There was a 3-set difference at halftime, but they are bringing it back. Now they're going for that double counter. Good timing on the release, but not a hit there on Sarah Town. Hit on Lucy Barrington. That equalizes the players this set.
Lucy was thinking it might have been a 1-for-1, but I don't think.
Ball release. I think Leamington Spartans are probably trying to play a little bit steady here. They do have more time left in this half. And so, fantastic block. Oh, it's a catch!
My God,
What?
that's incredible.
Absolutely stunning. Now, that catch, she did a quick spin around, so we didn't see if it was in her hands or not, but she emerged with the ball in her hands, victorious.
That is such a game changer in Spartans' favour.
Absolutely. Spartans now with 5 players. Bedford Mighty Eagles with 3. So really, Spartans need to slow it right down here. Play out the set, get that win. Good block there, single ball release from Leamington Spartans. It seems like Bedford Mighty Eagles are also kind of taking it easy here. Looks like they'll probably try and go for that double counter after this release. Let's see what happens. Walk up from Spartans. Oh,
Great
it's a
throw
free
hit from Harry
throw.
Bignell.
Fantastic free throw.
Brilliant from Liv Morris there.
But it does leave Spartans with 4 balls.
A hit here
Josiah
is
with
very
another-
important. Brilliant from Spartans there. That's exactly what they needed to do.
Opening up that gap of players. Beautiful dodging from Spartans. They're up by 2 players. Fantastic. Good block there again.
That is a huge win for Spartans now, Theodore.
And that equalizes the scores. We are at 8-8. And we're not sure how much time we have left. Oh, yeah, timeout is called. Timeout is called. So, you know who the timeout was called by?
I would imagine it was Bedford, considering
It would make sense.
they lost 3 sets off the bounce in the second half. It'd be really important to try and swing momentum in their own favour. Spartans have really come out, all guns blazing. The accuracy in the second half has been immense. And the catches from Spartan as well. Such a game changer having people like Harry Bignell and Meg White. And Elisa's court awareness was also shown to be high quality. It's been such a great game.
Perhaps that's what was discussed at halftime is Spartans have obviously started going for more of those catches and they've been more successful with those catches and that's really swung the game in their favour.
They've been really trying to disrupt Bedford with their throws. They've been putting in more bigger
A lot more
fakes.
fakes,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely. They're not just taking that step back. They're not just setting themselves to make that big counter. They're trying to put them up as much as possible. And it's been so effective.
It looks like there's about 5 minutes left in this half. So probably another 2 or 3 sets. 5 minutes.
5:15 left. Dawn was letting us know.
Tom Smith there, adjusting the ball. Leamington Spartans sending 3 runners. Ooh, beautiful hit
big
Lucy
from
Branson.
Lucy.
Unfortunate from Abby Gower. Single ball cross-court release there. Hits.
Honestly, the post throws in this game, in this set, have been incredible.
On Holly Gedling, cross-court there, very unfortunate. 4 versus 4. Beautiful dodge from Alice. Double counter. Great dodge from Amy Jones.
Both teams have been so happy to increase the pace.
It's a spicy game that
Definitely.
we're watching. They're very fast-paced. They're not taking it slow. The ball release.
Brilliant block by Emmy. It's all about surviving now. With how good the accuracy of the throws has been, all about trying to survive.
They're really applying pressure here. Bedford Mighty Eagles high up. And now they're left with 3 balls. Bedford Mighty Eagles. Leamington Spartans with 2 balls. Let's see how many they release. 2 ball release on the wings.
Oh, a brilliant hit from
Ooh!
Karen. Emmy nearly taking a brilliant catch. Oh, huge catch from Harry.
What a play from Spartans. That was absolutely chaotic.
The timeout called for sweating the floor.
Ah, timeout called there. Fair enough. We're going to have to watch that back. So first there was a hit on Bedford Mighty Eagles. Then what happened? It ended with a catch. That's all I remember.
So much happened. Harry, I think it was Harry went up for another hit on the right hand or the left hand side of the court from the way we're looking, and then went for the backtrack. Took the tombstone catch.
Tombstone catch.
Which we always love to see in the sport. The game restarting. 3 balls with Spartans.
Free throw there. No
a
hits.
very good free throw, but Holly just about surviving that. Oh, Alice hit. Huge win for Spartans. I think that's 4 sets on the bounce since the start of the second half.
That's right. They've gone 4 sets in a row now. The score is 10-8 to Spartans.
Momentum is...
At least 1 set left. Let's have a look how long. Is the final set? We can't quite hear.
I don't think it's the minute set. We mustn't have that long left though.
Abby Gower learning from her last set's mistake. 2 minutes 51 remaining apparently in this half. Lucy Barrington went for that quick start on Abby Gower, but Abby Gower very nicely dodges that. We'll have 6 players versus 6 players. Bedford Mighty Eagles really need this set to draw things up. Ooh, hit there on Spartans.
Oh, Holly
Gedling.
I think she might have hurt her finger. Oh, she might have, oh, something's happened.
The game continues. Spartans with 5 players, 3 balls. Single ball release. Bedford Mighty Eagles applying pressure but not going for the counter there. They've got 3 balls now, so they're going to try and get this hit. Free throw from Barrington on Abby Gower.
I think refs have stopped time for an injury sub.
Yes, so
Elisa going into substitute for Holly.
He is in the outbox because Holly did get hit there.
Yeah.
But we are 5 versus 5 players now, even. Beautiful dodge there from Sarah Town.
Tucking herself in very nicely to avoid the balls.
4 balls now on Bedford Mighty. No, sorry, 3 balls on Bedford Mighty Eagles sides.
Amy Jones, really good feat to survive that.
What a clutch match this is, the final set, and even on players. A hit there on Charlotte Josiah. It is Charlotte Josiah?
That is, yeah.
Yes, I'm getting these names. I did homework since last night. I'm trying to remember everyone's name.
Oh, you're doing better than me.
Ooh.
Lucy with a huge catch on Sarah Town.
Oh, that really opens up the difference there. Now Bedford Mighty Eagles only have less than a minute left.
That is a game changer, that.
It seems like Bedford Mighty Eagles are trying to go for those free throws and get those hits. Great little block there from Imi Sharp.
They're trying to play a faster pace to try and, I think, win the game, I imagine.
They are down by 1 set. They really do need to get these hits. Oh, is that a hit? That is a hit on Elisa Storch. So only down by 1 player at this point. They've got a single ball left, so I'm assuming they'll probably try and go for these catches. Let's have a look. Positioning there for those catches. Block. 4 balls now on Mighty Eagles' sides.
Got a bit of a crowd turning up for what is really a great nail-biting game.
I am actually physically biting my nails at this point. I have no idea how long is left, but it is clutch. Beautiful dodging from Leamington Spartans. That's all they need to do. They just need to keep this lead.
Being the Bedford clock, there's less than 15 seconds left in the set.
Ooh.
Oh,
hit there! It is even. They need to win this set though. A draw would end up in Spartans.
They're going for the hit. Harry survives. Oh.
And that is a draw on that set, so that means Leamington Spartans are still up by 2 points. It is a 1 minute set remaining. We still have a 1 minute set remaining. So if Bedford Mighty Eagles win this set, that is a draw on this game. If they do not win, if it is a draw or a loss on this set, that means Leamington Spartans will take the win on this game.
That was such a nervy end to that set. With,
my heart is racing.
Meg and Harry communication wasn't on point and nearly gave away the set.
It was a desperate set. It is very difficult to keep your head in the game when you really know you need that hit.
1 minute, here we go.
Unfortunate spike. Yep. Did try to go for that hit, but fell a bit short of her target. Fantastic, actually, really going for those toe shots there. Both Spartans and Bedford Mighty.
I imagine Spartans are going to play this really slow set to try and draw out the 6 seconds. All they're going to look to do is survive. A draw works in their favor right now. A really well-timed throw, but Sarah just tucking herself away. It's so effective in the women's game, I've noticed today. It's just dropping down to the... All the balls just been sailing over. How aggressive they're trying to be on the throws.
About 15
Brilliant from
seconds
Meg.
left in this set. They've gone for that
Fantastic.
hit. They're really trying to secure this win. Leamington Spartans.
6 players v5.
Only a few seconds left.
Bedford need a hit and or catch. With 5 balls.
Early celebration there, and that is a win for Leamington Spartans.
Huge win in the season for Leamington Spartans, who take the game. I believe 13-9 is the final score. Absolute nail-biter. Brilliant from both sides.
Game, absolutely.
That was some of the best women's dodgeball you'll see in the league this season.
Final score is 13-9 to Leamington Spartans. Again, they brought it back from 8-2, so fantastic plays on both teams. Very high quality dodgeball that we're seeing here.
To stop the reigning champions from even winning a single set and a half, you've got to commemorate it. Brilliant from them.
I do believe that was the last game of the Women's Super League for today. We are going to move on to the Men's Super League very shortly. So the first Men's Super League game should be commencing in the next 5 or 10 minutes. Do stay tuned. If you haven't already, subscribe and click the bell icon on the British Dodgeball YouTube channel. That means that you will get notified every time we go live with these National League live streams. And stay tuned for Men's Super League. We'll see you shortly.
Thank you very much.